Hey Flosstube, it's Julie, the Gulf Coast Stitcher. Today is November 3rd. It's a Sunday, it's beautiful and sunshining, and there's lots of festivals going on here on the Gulf Coast, but I'm dragging around the all the way up to my knee boot, so I'm sitting them out this year. This video is going to be rather quick. Don't have the time today because I'm having some company over and lots of other things going on. I don't have the time to do sidewalk sale, virtual sidewalk sale part 3, but please make sure to click the subscribe and click the notifications button below so that when I do upload a new video, you'll be amongst the first to see it. So, in speaking of virtual sidewalk sale, what I've been doing is I store all my cross stitch charts for the shop in big Rubbermaid totes with hanging file folders, and I've been grabbing one of them, going through them, and listing items for clearance. The very, very generous clearance prices, anywhere from 15 to 40% off. So please make sure that you check www.gulfcoaststitches.com, click the clearance tab, and take some time and go through there. Go all the way to the bottom and see some stuff that's been there for a while. There's some pretty cool charts on there. There's some hard to finds. There may even be an out of print or two that is listed as clearance. I'm really not into price scalping on eBay and doing all that stuff, so I'm just trying to clear out and make room for March. What happens in March? Needlework market. As far as my own personal life update, lots of changes happening at work. There's been an organizational shift, which happens in higher ed occasionally, and as a result, I will have a new director over me, and we're not sure what that's going to look like for our department, so there's a little angst there, but I'm so happy for my previous director. She was my director through Friday, who's going on to new and exciting opportunities, so that's amazing for her. We will miss her, but change is inevitable. Things happen. So I don't know what's going to happen at work. And today's Sunday, so tomorrow afternoon, I have a follow-up appointment on the MRI that I had on my Achilles. Those of you who were at Midwest know I was lumping around in a boot then. I've since been fitted for a second boot, which comes clear up to my knee. It does provide a lot of comfort, and it's annoying. It's heavy. I have to take it on and off to drive, which is not ideal. I shouldn't be taking it off at all, but I can't fly, so I have to drive to places I need to get to. But I do get some comfort and relief when I'm wearing it, so I'm hopeful. I'll say that I'm prayerful that just some more extended time in the boot will allow everything to heal. Have to take it off to shower, have to take it off to drive, so it's probably not healing as well as it could be if it were completely immobilized. So there's that. So I'll find out more info Monday. So I may have mentioned this in my last video that I'm completely 150,000% obsessed with Marcy Thiessen's job that she's doing on the Preschool Alphabet. While at Midwest, I was just ogling over it. I was like, I have to have that. If I had the ability to buy it right then, I would have. So I get on my phone, I place an order. I'm like, I'm ordering this for the shop. I want to see some excited, renewed interest in this amazing series of charts. I mean, Marcy's doing 9x3. There's 27 in the set, and I mean, it's massive. It's a lifetime piece, as I would say. And I absolutely was like, I need to start this right now. So I did what I thought was place an order through the distributor. But what I didn't do is I came back home and I'm like, man, that should have been here already. The distributors are awesome about making sure things get out really quick. What is going on? I checked my shopping cart and I did not hit submit. I was so mad at myself because I'm like kind of hem-hawing around, not really wanting. I haven't wanted to like reinvest any time in my current whips because all I can think about is that dang alphabet. So I settled for the next best thing and was like, I'm stitching preschoolers until I can get that started. So this week, I had finished this guy, I think last week for the video. They haven't been ironed yet. He is missing a little bit of Krynick, which how I'll handle the Krynecking or the sparkling, or however you want to call it, is when I'm done with, when I'm going to have a finishing party, the last step, I'll put those shiny metallic threads in. But I finished him, then I just kept going, because preschooler stitching for me, I stitch in hand, I use the sewing method, it's pretty quick while I'm watching TV. Look at this guy. I don't think I showed him to you last week. I just love him. I don't know what years these are. They're in a reprint called Old Saint Nick, I think. And this guy looks like such a grumpus that, I mean, he's just grumpy, and I absolutely love him. Look at his little hat. So, yeah. So, if I can't, here they all are. These were all stitched on 32 count summer khaki, which is one of my favorites. And I was talking to Candy, hey Candy, about starting with Thy Needle 2, with My Needle 2, not Thy Needle, which is the new Lila Studios adaptation of a previous. It's very similar to her previous sampler. She's made some changes, made it bigger. It's wonderful. It's all the things. So I was like, Candy texted me and she was like, hey, I'm all kitted up. You should start. And then I was like, yes, I absolutely need to start that. So I pull it out and I'm looking at it. And you know what I can think about? The alphabet. Marcy, you've ruined me with this alphabet. I even went online, because I don't have my charts yet, because I didn't push submit, and wrote the DMC list for the alphabet so that I can start plucking those. And then I thought, you know, this is such a big project that I might just order like a 12-pack case of all the colors of DMC, because I'm not going to want to run out once I get started. I haven't decided yet, though, because it may be one of those things that I don't need 12 skeins of every color, but it's big. I don't know. So that, and then this in my Michelle Rudy purse bag, which it's amazing what all I can fit into here. I haven't worked anymore on these little guys because I have a counting error, and this is on Ada. This is 3 strands over 1. It's 14 count Ada, but it might even be closer to 10 or 12 count. I haven't measured it, but they're pretty big. This cute little sheep. I haven't gotten any further on him. But what I have worked on at work, there's so much in this little bag. It holds everything. Michelle, again, thank you for the 15th time for this bag, and I would love to have at least like 4 more exactly like this. If you sold these, I would buy one from you, or any of my other project bag making friends. So I normally am like a project bag snob, and I don't like envelope styles traditionally because stuff falls out, but this has a magnetic snap, and it's just perfect. I'm probably going to have to wash it at some point because I take it in and out of my purse at least 3 times a day. So what I've been working on at work was on my lunch break at work. I usually can put 2 lengths in on my lunch and still eat. So this is the Needleworkers Accoutrement, the pin cushion side. There's the trim in here that she gave us to go around it. To me, these remind me of oyster crackers. I know that's silly, but that's what I think of when I see them, and I love them. So I have a counting error, and I just went with it because, as I always say, what would I tell an 8 or 10-year-old little girl back in the day who made a mistake? Would I tell her to rip it out and start over? No. This isn't an heirloom piece. This is a I love it piece. So I'm using the linen that was included. I believe it's darker on one side, so I'm assuming maybe Vintage Country Mocha 36 count-ish. I'm using 1 strand because she gave us enough floss to do 1 strand, so I'm following directions. But what I did was, where these Smyrna crosses are, so I was supposed to skip 2 holes between every Smyrna cross in the urn, and on the top row, I just bang, 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 put them in every hole. But I'm just going to go with it because it'll look like a pattern on the urn or on the bowl whenever I'm done. So, yeah, I do like to, and there's Smyrna crosses that make the wing, which adds amazing texture. I love it so much. Like I said, I kind of like my error, so I'm just going to leave it. I thought about repeating it down here intentionally to give it kind of a pattern, but I think it's still going to look great. So that's my whips. So I knocked out some Prairie Schoolers. Been working on this in my little bag here. And like I said, I know I showed y'all this last week and probably the week before, but I got this at the Heritage Quilt Shop in Amana, and I also need at least 5 of these because it should be a law. If you love and use one, you need at least 5. So it's got my threads in there. Nothing falls out. There's a needle in there. It's just so compact and handy. It's a great compliment. They sell the pattern as well as the finished ones of these. So if you guys are into this, just call Heritage Crafts and ask them. They're at the register. I'm sure they'll know what they are. I didn't buy I don't quilt. I shouldn't say I wish I did because that's the last thing I need to do is start quilting. But I wish I would have bought another one of those. Like I said, one is not enough. So speaking of buying things, I have only 2 bits of haul, my personal haul. Thanks to Lisa Smith again. I had to have this summer basket. I don't normally like pastels. I tend to be very prairie schooler and primitive in my palette, in my house, my stitching. But this could go up in the springtime, stay up all summer, and it's just totally cool. So, and this is super cute too, but this is what I'm here for. So I bought that, and then because I decided that I needed to be an embroiderer and have a new hobby, I picked up a couple Bird Brain Designs embroidery charts in Amana, which you can see in video before last probably. And then I was just trolling on eBay, wasting time, wasting money, and saw this. And it's called My Favorite Things. And there's a hoop and floss and a tomato, and I love tomatoes. Suzette, your tomatoes, Suzette, Primitive Stitcher, gifted a few people with the tomato pin cushions on top of candle jars. Oh! And I am so envious of your talents, and I love everything you make. And I picked up a couple of floss books from her at retreat this year. Last year it was the journals, and I need more things. So Suzette, if you decide to start selling them pin cushions, girl, I will buy them. Okay, this is new to the shop. Hold please. New to the shop. You've probably seen all of this circulating, but I just wanted to share it real quick because, like I said, I only have a few minutes to make this video. So these are, this used to be called, I think, Bittersweet September. I could be totally wrong with that, but I think that's what I heard Lisa Smith say, and she is the Wikipedia, my Wikipedia for all things Blackbird. So that's my source. I go to her, watch her videos, get information. So Patchwork Pin Keep. This is not, it's not very big. I have not opened it up, but it's a Reward of Merit Pin Keep, so I'm assuming under 100 by 100. And then these are new, and I couldn't resist them because I love Madame Chantilly charts. They're beautiful charts, but I went ahead and got the Christmas tiered tray. It's a better picture on the back. Look at that. Whoever is the model stitcher for these people does a fantastic job. I'm just really fond. I really like this palette. Again, like I said, I'll probably prim it down a little bit. I tend to just use the same red and greens throughout, which would be more this color for me. So I might, I don't know. This is not on my immediate radar, but got some for the shop. And then I have the Halloween one as well. Halloween is past, but I mean, look, it looks like a flippin' Ray Dunn cup up here. This one has one too that says Joy. Looks like a Ray Dunn cup. So one thing I'll say about Madame Chantilly's designs is the charts are really easy to read. Also, whoever the designer is for Madame Chantilly really has their finger on the pulse of what is popular in the industry. Ray Dunn, tiered tray. The colors, very, very, very well done. So I got those. I showed these last week, I believe. I have a few of these left. This is the Mary Chockfull. The Santas are so cute. I may just do a Santa as an ornament. It's always an idea. And then we're going to get into the BrendaGervais with a Needle and Thread box of goodies that was here waiting for me when I returned from market. not market, duh, when I returned from retreat. These are things that you've all seen, I'm sure 1,000 times. We had the opportunity to preview shop these at I keep saying at market because that was the last time that I saw BrendaGervais, and her room was just set up impeccably. It reminded me so much of being in a pop-up shop at market. So that's why I keep saying that. But I will show you the new releases. These are in hand, in stock, and ready to ship. This is the cutest stinking thing in real life. These are like Bob's Mints, if that gives you an idea of the scale of this. This is stitched over 1 on 28, and it's like this big. And they are so adorable. Its finished size, if stitched over 1, is 2 3/8 by 3 1/8. So, so cute. If you're looking for an ornament exchange, that is the one. And then she gifted us a free copy of this, but I have them for the shop now. This is Autumn in Amana. Again, same situation applies. It is over 1 on 28. It doesn't say the finished size that I can see immediately. But if you weren't at the Amana retreat, but you felt like you were, this is fantastic. I can't imagine that she would do a huge run of prints of these, but I don't know. I love she rubber bands everything together. Thank you, Brenda. Holiday Hoopla Christmas. Also, I think I talked about this. So, I bought the hoop. Let me show you. I'm sure I've talked about this. So, I think the hooplas are super cute, but I wasn't like, oh, that's something I need to immediately do on my radar because I thought they were a lot bigger. But this is the size hoop. This is a 3-inch Edmonds. Very good, very nice quality hoop. And that's what she used. So, you can see, like, I wish I had something for scale. Here's my iPhone. There's Sarah. Hey, Sarah. There's a message on there from Kyle Reckemeyer. I don't know if y'all can see that. But for scale, like, it's half the size of an iPhone. So cute. Cute. But I'm using the hoop. Not for the hoopla, but sometimes I stitch in hand and sometimes I need some relief. So I have those. That's the Merry Christmas edition of the Holiday Hoopla. Candy Cane Lane. This is kind of a band sampler, Christmas sampler. It was stitched on an opalescent. It says 40 count natural flax linen, but I'm quite, as I remember it, it had sparkle in it. I could be making that up. But you could put sparkle in use sparkly fabric for yours. It's adorable. Love. Like, even if you just did the top. I'm just in the mood because I've got that stinking Prairie Schoolers on my mind. I'm right now not into fussy stitching. Like, I don't want confetti. I don't want to jump around a lot. Look at this. Peppermint Pals. So, I absolutely love this guy. So, he might make his way to an ornament. I like Santas better than snowmen. That's just personal preference. But a Santa wearing clothes and pants? Yes, please. Look how cute. But I love this guy with he's sharing his candy cane. Or he's sharing his candy cane, however you choose to look at it. Finished size is just under 5 inches by just over 6 inches. Totally doable. Love it. I should have bought the hoop for this and I didn't. I'm kicking myself for it. Trying to see if it says what kind of hoop it is. Just says oval hoop for finishing purposes, but you don't have to finish him this way. But right now, like for me, I'm into the Santa. For me, even just like, that's fussy stitching to me. Those snowflakes, I'm in the mood to just block color stitch some stuff because the stinking Prairie Schooler bug has bitten me. But I love this. I love that I found the confidence in my stitching now to just pick out what I want and stitch what I don't and pick out an element of a design and stitch it. And it must have been totally cool. Like, I was watching the Smalls Exchange, which I did not participate in for a few reasons. Number one, people were sharing what they had finished already on the Amana Facebook page. What am I trying to say? The Midwest Cross Stitchers Amana Group's private Facebook page. People were sharing their finishes of their Smalls Exchange, and I was like, I'm definitely not in that league of finishing. And I know that wasn't their intention, but I wasn't worried about what am I going to get in the exchange. I was worried that, let's just talk about Marcy. Again, Marcy, you need a Flosstube channel. Marcy did this most amazing, totally Marcy finished Smalls Exchange. It's cool, it's funky, it's embellished and bedazzled and all the things that we know and love Marcy for doing. So much work and love and sweat equity is in that piece. So what if I picked a motif out, made a needle book, and Marcy got it? I would feel bad for her. Not because I worried about what I got, but because she put so much effort and work into hers, and I felt like the caliber of the things that were being shared were like off the moon, and so it just made me a little uncomfortable, and I was like, you know what? I will happily watch everybody doing their exchange, and I will be a spectator this year. I took the pressure off myself. I was also dealing with my foot stuff, my Achilles stuff. And I was just like, I'm just going to take the pressure off myself and sit back and enjoy and be present in the moment of this. I did not do a true recap. I didn't film footage and do clips and all that stuff because I wanted to not experience that retreat behind my camera or behind my phone, but just be in the moment. So I sat in the moment in the exchange, and I didn't have any anxiety about, oh, who's going to get mine, and are they going to like it, and is somebody going to steal from me, and what am I going to take from them, and is it going to hurt their feelings? Because if I would have had the opportunity to steal that finish that Marcy got, I would have done it. Then I would have felt bad about it because I'm a pleaser. All of those reasons, I just bowed out. But that allowed me to sit there and really be in the moment, and I think one of my favorite moments was watching BrendaGervais sit in the front row and film people opening and doing exchanges from her library of work. That must have been the most satisfying. It touched me. That must have been super satisfying for her to see the adaptations and see what people picked out of her charts to make smalls out of. And some people, hey Madeline, did full-size charts and did those in the exchange. Like I said, that's a prime example. Had I made a scissor fob and Madeline got that after stitching a whole chart, I would have felt bad for her. I'd have been happy for myself, but I would have felt bad for her. So, it was wonderful. I digressed. Sorry. I'm sitting here holding the last one in my hand. Merry old soul. I am here for this guy. See, I will enjoy stitching the blockiness of this. It's just what I'm into right now. I love all the things. So that's it. Super short video. Like I said, I hope no later than next weekend I will do, what is going on? My hair looks crazy. I'm hoping by next weekend I will do Sidewalk Sale Part 3. So you haven't missed out on anything. I haven't removed anything that's currently on clearance from the clearance section of my website, so make sure you check there. There's some great stuff. There's some great samplers. There are just fantastic everythings there. So check that. Apologize if you hear Dan grinding metal out in the background. He's outside. It is nice here today. We have the heaters on in Florida, which is weird. And on Thursday, when I went to work, it was 82 degrees. And when I left, it was 49 degrees in one day. So that's how it goes here. We don't have fall. This is our version of winter, which I'm sure many of you who are buried under snow don't feel sorry for me at all. But when you're used to living in high humidity with air conditions on and you turn the heat on, my skin revolts, my hair revolts, and thirst. I can't quench my thirst, all the things. Yeah, so that's it. Please pop on over to the shop. I look forward to stitching the rest of the day away. My mom's coming over. She's delivering Starbucks to me, thank goodness. And I'm going to sit in my chariot. I am going to try to stay off of my foot because, man, that Achilles tendonitis, I've been through some things. I've had some surgeries, and this hurts. So I'm hopeful for answers for that tomorrow. I'm going to just enjoy the rest of my Sunday, and I hope to talk to y'all soon. Love y'all. Bye.